Especially if he goes on.
But then to back it up and do it again, I think at this point, would you say he's the favorite for the Breeders' Cup Classic just right now?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. That's a great question. It's close, that's for sure. No, It's the fact that it's even a discussion because there's some good older horses, but it's hard to argue with that being a distinct possibility. You know, I haven't really gone through, and I don't want to leave horses behind. You know, we obviously had Arrogate, who was phenomenal. And, you know, I mean, I hate when people sort of have to go overboard to describe these horses. And let's just say he's damn good.
Yes, he is.
You know, and we're looking forward to seeing him run.
For this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. And last but not least, FS2 from 1 to 6 covering the action today. Jumpsters to start the day. The Grade 1 Smithwick. We'll take a look at the Beverly Steinman, where Proven Innocent and Awakened finished 1-3. Awakened is actually, none of them are taking a lot of money. The board's wide open. I think our man Joe Clancy, who's hit 2 straight cold tries in the jumps, he picked the race 7. Let me get his picks up here. He sent them to me this morning.
Now this
7-3-5-4 for Joe. He apologized for being chalky. You've given out good prices. You can be a little chalky.
Pretty good horses to be chalky with, though.
Yes.
Proven Innocent wins this race over Awakened. Yeah, in this Grade 1. Back on June 4th.
And said it before, we'll say it again. It's just nice that there's a race in honor of Beverly Steinman. We hope she's doing well. We miss seeing her up in Saratoga, but she has been just an integral part of the steeplechase racing in this country, but also, you know, somebody who's been in Saratoga for many years and an important person in Saratoga racing, so we wish her well. Race number 2 at 7 furlongs. I wish Weigh the Risks well, actually. We'll take a look at her 2 races back when she was able to win. I do think she was compromised by a gold rail last time. You know, the winner was on the rail. She was stalking wide and didn't get it done. She is a horse now. We haven't seen her for about 5 months since this race. In fact, almost exactly 5 months. But she's also back on Lasix, and she is a horse that probably needs Lasix. And if you look at her 2 Lasix races, I think they're the better races. I took her on top, but it's not an easy race.
The more I looked at this race, this is an incredibly difficult race. You really can, I think, make a case for everybody in this group. She has that obviously off-the-charts performance, which kind of started that streak when she first moved to the dirt. Huge player. I decided to go in a different direction for a couple of reasons, but one, I just love the form Vodorsky's in right now.
Does it bother you at all that I saw somebody on Twitter say that she can't possibly lose, or that both her 2 big races recently are on sloppy seal track, and even her 88 buyer figure last year up here was on a muddy seal track. So I think there may be an argument that this is a horse that moves up on a wet track. Just a thought.
No, it could be a little bit concerning, but she's run good races on fast tracks, not quite to that level, but I think she's just getting good right now. That's my take. We'll have to wait and see. She overcame hopping a little bit out of the gate in that last start. She put back-to-back races where she's run one of the best figures in this group here, and I think she's going to move forward now, 3rd off the bench of her 4-year-old season. That was a loaded group, too. I mean, Tripolina was 2nd in the Roxolana, Churchill in there. The 2, 3, 4 place finishers, 2 starts back, they all came back to win their next start. But it's a valid point. And there is something to be, some concern there. I thought also Tough Street getting back on Lasix too could be dangerous.
Yeah, I hear you with her. Her big win here last year when she got that 96 buyer was based on a bias. She's a 6-year-old now. I just feel like the others, Zazorsky is a 4-year-old, maybe coming into her own. Same thing with Weigh the Risks. And I don't think Patricia Ann is completely out of it. We'll show her winning last time out. I mean, she came back here with 2 very nice wins. What I don't love is that, she had that extended layoff of almost 7 months. She comes back, runs really well twice, and then we don't see her again for nearly 7 months now. Now, is it possible that Carlos said, let's wait for Saratoga? She's also owned by Mark Holliday, who's the chairman of the New York Racing Association's board. So maybe they wanted to wait for here, but she was going so well, I'm a little bit leery of that. But I'll tell you something, she's pretty good.
She's good. She battled and pulled this one out, and it looks like she's going to be leading the way, doesn't it?
I think she probably will be. She's
especially coming in fresh.
Probably a little faster than the one early. We'll see what plays out. And I don't want to sort of dismiss her. Sultry Last won a 2 for David Jacobson today. We have not seen him in New York for quite a while. He's potentially dangerous. And even Braganza is not impossible. As you said, there's no horse in this race that doesn't have talent, whether or not they're able to win. It's a pretty good race.
Yeah, Braganza was second to just Catherine, who's great at Stakes Place a couple starts ago. I think the blinkers obviously didn't help. They put him on for a run race. So coming off, I think we're going to see a more those races from Braganza. Aside from that, with coming off with the blinkers, there's some of the best races of anyone in here. I just feel like a couple can improve, but that's probably the form horse.
Well, except one of the funny things about horses like her and Zadorsky is their good races are a bit sporadic, right? They have some really good race, their PPs, but their level of consistency now, you can say fairly with Zadorsky, she's run 2 really good races in a row. We'll see if she does it on a dry track, and I think that's a big question here, but good race. See what happens in race number 2. Race number 3, I had really liked Good Skate. And my whole opinion was that I wanted to bet against Empty Tomb. And we'll take a look at Empty Tomb. It's not that I'm way against Empty Tomb because he can absolutely win here. There's no question about it.
9-year-old.
I just wonder if those races of his are really as good as the big figures they earned. Horses like Coffray, they're solid, horses, but I didn't think they were that great. I wanted some new face in here. Originally, it was Good Skate. When they scratched, I moved my picks around to pick somebody else on top, and I was between Manta Ray and Gasoline, 2 horses coming from Churchill.
Yeah, they're interesting. Empty Tomb, look, the last 2 starts has just gotten really good, probably better than he's ever been at 9 for 15,000 and 16,000. And now it's going to get a little bit tougher in here. And the fact that he does like to be forward. I know he sat off the lead last time out. I think it's a tough call. I think Suerte is probably the one who's going to go to the front.
He's
but
going to press him at the very
close
least.
Between those two.
I agree. He'll probably be pressing him. But, Empty Tomb showed in his last race that he could rate.
Yeah.
And that was something I think we were both concerned about going to the race, and he was able to do it. Now, I don't have a knock on him. I'm not wildly against him. I just wonder if this race might be a little tougher with the 2 new players. As far as Gasoline, I found a stat for Carlos David that's lousy. He's 1 for 16, second off a claim in dirt routes. Having said that, he was in a race with Gilmore last time. Those are significantly better horses than these. You're getting, Jose rode him last time, but Irad picks it up, and, Keith and Eric Asmussen had ridden for Steve in the past. He's a horse that has good figures. I just wanted to give him a chance. I was kind of him and Manta Ray. Both of them sort of coming in similar ways. Both of them have run races fast enough to win if they run their good races.
Speaking of Gilmore, Happy Gilmore coming out on the 25th
on Netflix. I've never seen Happy
that night.
I've never seen Happy Gilmore.
One of the great movies.
Is the original also on Netflix so I can watch it?
I don't know. You can find it somewhere easily.
Well,
just go on YouTube and buy it. It's worth it.
Like that's going to happen. Really?
It's perfection.
I wanted to go see Eddington, and not because it's named for a horse, but it seemed like an interesting movie. I just wasn't able to get there this weekend. Anybody else we need to talk about here? You have the 5-second Suerte. I have no interest in Suerte whatsoever.
Look, it's a big scratch with the one coming out. OP Firecracker, I think, 6-year-old now, is coming off a really good effort last time out, and obviously likes the distance at 1.5 miles. This could be a war of attrition. We know Empty Tomb likes the distance. We know that horse likes the distance, and there's some who have some question marks on it.
I think what's going on here is you are sticking more to the home team horses, and I'm sort of taking the Churchill horses. But
Which
both
has been a smart move.
Well, it's not like they're dominating our horses, but they're doing well and stuff. But these are horses, my horses, that don't come in here in the world's best of form. I'm just hoping dropping down they can get back to their better ways. Race number 4, speaking of horses coming from Churchill, there's Gardner, and we'll take a look at Gardner. I think this is his last race, running second. Where
Pick 6 carryover starts here.
Oh, thank you very much. I apologize.
They put it up, yeah.
They did. I was looking at other things. $102,004. Gardner finishes second. Why am I going to keep fighting against? I'm not going to fight against Joe Sharp. I haven't totally gotten him right, but I don't know. I thought this horse was the horse to beat. I thought she'd stalk Muzara, be better, and he would, and just be tough to beat.
He's coming off back-to-back efforts where he's paired up his number. I think third off the bench. He's, as good as this barn's going, he's going to move forward again today in this spot. This is one of the best start. I mean, to go 5 for 10.
Is that what Joe Sharp is?
For just the first 2 weeks, couple of weeks of the meet. I mean, it's one of the great starts in Saratoga history.
Pretty good start for him. That is a very, very good start for Joe, and I have no reason to believe this horse won't be tough in here.
He doesn't need to have the lead, but he can get it. He's quick. He can be forwardly placed, and he's going to be in striking position throughout.
And I do prefer him to Trust Issues quite a bit. You've got him first and third. I have him first and fourth. I know they didn't finish that far apart last time, but the way Joe's going. And I wonder, David has these horses the same price. David, roughly the same price. David's usually right. I wondered if Gardner would end up being a pretty big favorite in this race.
Especially with the way that barn's going.
That's what I was really thinking. And, in fairness, David, he probably made this line before those situations happened. What about the Archie bred?
Yeah,
the 5 Zippy Mark.
He's got races that make him really dangerous, and you can forgive him going backwards on the stretch out last time out. Definitely interesting. And it was a really good field, too, going long against. 110 Stadium has been a good horse for a long time. Lockmore was in that spot as well. Yeah, he's absolutely is dangerous. I know I don't have him in the top 4. Multi-race ragers, he will absolutely be on my ticket.
Yeah, you have Social Hour in there. I thought that he was a little bit slow.
I think he is one that actually is going to move forward in here. And he's faced some good horses. I know you're not a huge T-Craft fan, but he was in that T-Craft.
T-Craft's, I think I have him 3rd or 4th in the Amsterdam.
Look, he's for this level, though.
A lot of sympathy for Lee, but,
we love Lee.
Kidding.
1-900 was in that race he ran where in that maiden special. He's just coming into this race, I think, the right way. His last couple of starts have been 2 of his best. 3rd off the bench today, but he's paired up those numbers as well. And a horse could be tactical with a nice outside post. I think he's dangerous.
And interestingly enough, Jose and Irad Ortiz have really separated themselves, and both of them are riding fabulously to start the meet. Flavian won the first 3 races. He's only won 4 races since.
Yeah.
He's out of town. He's going to ride Nisos on Saturday, and I think he was out at least 1 or 2 days. But
it's tough to get momentum, too, when you keep flying out of town, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. But I just think he just hasn't been getting, the horses haven't been getting it done. I don't think he's riding badly. And
not at all.
listen, Jose and Irad are fabulous riders, so they're riding well. Remy's Moon is the David Jacobson horse. We'll look at his last race at Ellis, which was just a few days ago. As I say, when David's here, I have trouble figuring him out and guessing when he's live and when he isn't. And, this one obviously is not impossible. It's a big ask, though, 17 days later coming here from Ellis, but I suppose it's possible. I looked up some stats. Off a win, second off a claim in dirt sprints, David's 4 for 17 with a 397 ROI. So this horse is dangerous.
And his only defeat was off a long time away. So other than that, he's got a win in the debut, and then that win at Ellis next time out. Very dangerous, and how forward he was last time out. Showing a new dimension.
Much more, yeah, though I'll see how forward he is here. Race number 4 kicking off the pick 6 with, $102,000 carryover. We will break after race number 2. Number 5, the second.
Oh, wow. You have the 5 pretty high up there. This race is so hard to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think this race might turn out to be logical, and we'll look at it talking in cursive, and if she runs her last race, she'll probably win this race. But I got to tell you, you're taking a horse 13 days after she had a complete form reversal off the claim, and you're asking her to come back and do it. It might happen. I'm not suggesting it can't, but I just want to see it again at a short price. And this is one of these races where, as a pick 6 player, I think she has to be an A. I think, if you're taking it seriously, depending on where your opinions are, unless you have some big opinion here and you want to really take a stand, I don't look at it that way. Others look at it differently, which is fine. But, man, I got to tell you, you missed the boat last time at 16-1. Do you really want her at 8-5 today?
I didn't put her in my top 4.
Wow. Why are you particularly against her?
She certainly
So she's not an A for you.
Absolutely she can win.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm probably going to put her on all my tickets. Having said that, I'm just super against because, as you said, she's a 1-number horse. That was a race she's never come close to running. So much better last time out.
You could see she's a winner every step of the way. She was a winner.
And she's never done it before, not even close. She, as you said, she's coming back super quick in 13 days. I want no part of it.
I don't have a problem
But having
with
said that, yes, of course she can win.
No, I agree. And, I took the other Cantermachi, and this one's coming back in 10 days after being claimed, and that's gone forgotten, who got a perfect trip to beat the field last time out. I don't know. I tell you one thing, though. I looked something up. 1 to 14 days off the claim on dirt, 0 for 11 for okay. Mm-hmm. So coming back to short rest hasn't really worked out. I'm going to be honest with you. I could not pick Toned Up on top. I'm kind of glad I didn't since you picked her on top. And the 6, the 7, the 8, and even Equus, the 1A, were just horses I could not take in this race. So I was 2, 3, 4s, and 5s basically in the whole race, and I ended up putting her on top. My problem with Toned Up is she really going to win this race at 7 furlongs? And she is just, she's just kind of lost her once good form.
You look at that last race from her, and she was going 1 mile and an eighth in that last start, Toned Up to 5. She was so far. She lost contact with the field. But
she's that kind of horse.
She got a good figure relative to this group, and that at least she's going to keep running and powering down the stretch. I just don't trust a lot of these runners, like we talked about with the 2. I think this, Problematica's speed, who's going to back up, gone and forgotten, claimed off Linda Rice last start, another one coming back fairly quick. And some of these others just, they don't do a lot of running. And I think a mile and an eighth probably outside of her comfort zone last time out. I think shortening up is going to help
I
her.
agree. I think she's a one-turn type horse. And one of the reasons she's more of a one-turn type horse is she needs a faster pace. We have friends coming to visit.
Some fans saying
That's what's nice. It's one of the many nice things about Saratoga is getting to see fans. I mean, we don't see a lot of them during the year except Roy and the crew. I hear you. I like her around one turn more, but I worry a little bit there isn't a lot of pace in this race.
That is a concern.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
and that can work against her. You've got open soul autism. Is that a thing I should know about, open soul autism?
I'm assuming it has something to do with autistic children. I don't know the story behind it. I think this one's interesting, though. Some very, relative to this group, big figures out in the Bay Area, Pleasanton.
Oh, this is a Bay Area pick for you. This is a home team pick.
I think this horse is legit, from my hometown pick. And then comes back as a 4-year-old and has yet to get a fast track. And the horse even ran good going a mile and 70. Against this group, there's no one that really catches my attention that much. She ran some big figures in Northern California. Now will get a fast track for the first time for a good barn.
Yeah, she is the stranger in this race, right? She feels like the most likely of the strangers, in this race to maybe get it done. I wanted to make Problematica for Linda. I do think that she's not impossible, but man, was she. I mean, okay, the last race semi-collapsed, but man, was she bad.
She was
I wish she'd been better. I would have picked her if she was better.
But she's going to be loose, right?
Well, what about talking in cursive? I mean, she shows the speed she showed last time. She's got to go from the inside. Doesn't Manny have to go with her? If not, you think Problematica becomes problematic?
I think the 3's in front. But, yeah, there's just big question marks with so many in it. I think this is the toughest race on the card.
I completely agree. This is the race that took me the longest time to make picks. That's the first 5. The late pick 4 after a quick break.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.
Welcome back to Talking Horses. Greg and Andy. Mile and 3 ace in race number 6. Thought this was an interesting race. I hope that David's right about the morning line and the horse that I picked. I'm skeptical, but he's usually kind of right. Let's start with the race which Mutawid is scratched out of a Catch a Wave, and Rungius finished 2nd and 3rd. I would like Rungius a lot more if there was a little less speed in here.
It's a 5-horse field, and somehow the only horse who managed to be wide was Catch a Wave.
Yeah.
Everyone else was on the rail.
Yeah, that's a reasonable discussion. I think Catch a Wave is the horse to beat in this race. And you could also argue as the race played out, I'm not in any way blaming Manny, but as the race played out, the last move was the winning move. I also thought Rungius ran pretty well, and I'm interested to see. I won't be surprised if you see Rungius in front in this race. This horse can be faster than Vesting and faster than Catch a Wave. Rungius horse has a lot of pedigree, and I didn't think ran that badly last time, first time on the turf. Wonder if Ricardo just goes, try his best. And I'm saying it's going to make a difference, but no interest.
I know. I thought that was going to be the time. First, getting on the grass for the first time. If this horse was going to steal one, that was the time. But did run good. You're right.
He didn't get the lead. He chased a quick pace.
Yeah. I think
the others are just
Vesting
better.
has to go.
I don't disagree. Now, show a replay of the horse. I like Freedom's Way. This is, I think, last time finishing 3rd at Churchill Downs. I don't know. I thought this horse, you look at the race, the speed finished 11th at 9-2 in here. This race basically collapsed. And this horse was right on top of the pace and was hanging around to the very, very end. I hope David's right. This horse picking. He's also, Eddie Keneally ships him here. I hold Eddie's training in the highest regard. The guy is an exceptional trainer who wins races. I think this horse is a major, major player here.
Yeah, I mean, probably 7-2 is.
When I looked at the race, I thought 7-2, 4-1 would be fine. David's right. One thing I guess David would say is he's been 15, almost 15-1 in his last 2 starts. Listen, he makes a better morning line than I could make by 87,000 miles, and and it's never easy up here. And I think one of the things that he was talking to me about is trying to figure out the Churchill shippers and things. It's been hard, and it's a super hard job, but he does it.
Well, especially with
as well
Muto
as
Wheaton
anybody,
coming out.
ever.
There's no way it's gonna be 6-1.
Yeah, I didn't want Mutawid in here. I'm sorry that he's scratched. Did you have him anywhere?
I didn't. I had him 4th,
Yeah,
but
I
it comes
didn't like
out.
him.
Obviously, look, huge upside with Catch a Wave. Second off a long time away, and it was at a mile and a half. I think there's big question marks with the favorite in here because the horse has never gone
That's the
marathon
horse you picked.
distance
That's why
on
I
the
don't like him.
grass. And the horse is going to be an incredibly short price. Has run the fastest races, has faced the best horses who are great at stakes place, who are multiple stakes winners, but it's got to prove it at this distance.
Yeah, I've got him 3rd because I agree. He's got very good recent races. His form is terrific recently, but you're talking about not only does he have to get the distance. I mean, listen, he may win, but he's running against horses that have proven form at the distance, and it's not bad, including Vesting. We'll look at last time. Now, you could say, even though he's 6-5, sort of last time was the time, and I don't know that he's necessarily going to be in front of Rungius in this race. And he had the run of the race last time, a bit of a rail edge, not a huge bias, but how good is this horse really, and are you really comfortable with him running as well if, in fact, he's not in front?
Even if he was in front, I'm not that confident with this horse. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think he's a major player in here. I really think that the 2, the 3, the 5, the race goes through those 3.
All right. So 2, 3, 5 for you in the pick 6.
Yeah.
You've navigated the first 2 races, and we come to the 7th race where I'm going to head into a little bit into crazy town, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll start the conversation, though, the horse you have on top, Daisy Duke. And I'll let you talk about Daisy Duke, finishing 2nd last time at Churchill for Ron Moquett.
Yeah, look, I wanted reasons to play against this horse, but
I've got one.
I know you do. You told me last week. Flashware, I think, is pretty talented. Came back and won an M1X at Ellis.
This horse runs the last race. This horse is going to be very hard to beat.
It's going to be incredibly hard to beat. And I just think it's not just one race from this horse. Yeah, the race 2 back had some issues in that race and didn't run a fast figure, but 3, 4, especially 5 starts. All those races are they're better than everyone in this spot. This is actually a Ron Moquett horse I do trust a little bit in this spot, that this horse is going to be finishing and closing, and I feel like it's a 3-year-old.
Out of here.
Yeah, these bees.
Jesus Christ. Get out
On
of
the
here.
improve.
It's like hanging around.
Yeah, now it came to me. Thanks.
I'm not that interested.
I think it's a 3-year-old that just is getting better and coming in the right way. And I feel like 7.5 was maybe a touch long.
Obviously, this horse can win. I'm going to try to beat this horse. Ron Moquett in Saratoga the last 5 years is 0 for 40. He did have 14 horses hit the board. On dirt, he's 0 for 34 with 11 hitting the board. He's got a 2-1 shot. He hasn't won a race here in over 5 years. It's going to win his first race on me. And I like Ron. I think he's a terrific trainer. But his horses have not performed here, and that worries me a little bit. And this horse clearly has good form in coming in here. And if she runs her last race, this field might be in trouble. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a fair point. Yeah. I mean, it's
probably should have put the
up.
horse 4th. I probably should have the horse 4th because she is the horse to beat off that race. But I'm going to sort of take a stand. What about Biera, the 3? You know what? Let's show her last race because she is 7-2 on the line. She's a horse neither of us like. She won a paceless race last time. I thought it was a totally phonied up win.
I agree with you. It was an easy lead. She got to go 24-1, 47-1 on the front end. And again, a horse that's sort of a one-number horse, although a little bit she was coming into it the right way. She was on the improve, but she's 16 starts. She's never run a race even close to that. Numbers that I look at, I want to see it again. I don't believe in this performance at all.
I am with you on this. I do not like this horse at all in this race. If she wins, I'm going to definitely lose here. Okay, as far as my pick on the 5, and we'll talk about the 7 and 8 in a bit, horses that are clearly alive. It's just, for me, it's very simple. Dennis Laumann, over the years, claims very few horses. He has done very well with them. I have done well betting them. I could bet on 10 straight that lose off the claim, and I'll still be way, way ahead betting them. I know this horse is ridiculous. On paper, there's no chance horse can win. I could not believe somebody actually claimed this horse last time out. But when I heard it was Dennis, I thought this guy has an eye for horses and claiming. You look at Miss Lau, the job he did with her, how well he did with her. You got Game Token going back some years. You have that horse named for the hockey player. Starts with an M, I think.
Not Malarchuk.
Malarchuk? No, that's no, not the Chat horse. Someone will text me. Steve will text me. He's done so well. I don't care. I know this horse. I'm probably after the race. I'm going to be like, whatever. But it doesn't matter.
But those horses that he's done it with, didn't they at least have some form to make a stronger case?
Well, I mean, Miss Lau was 5-1 in a 5-horse field. I mean, Game Tugger paid $127.
Okay.
So
I've seen it with you. You picked his horses before.
The other thing I would say here, and I don't think you'll disagree with me on this, is yes, she has to improve a lot. But if the 4 doesn't run a race, I'm not sure how much I trust some of the other ones because, I mean, Despo's Dream is obviously dangerous. But what happened to her last time?
I don't
she
trust
was
her at all.
Awful last time.
And
absolutely awful.
She's had a lot of races where she's been awful. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Despo's Dream.
Why are we so sure that Elegant? I mean, Linda claimed last time. Are we really certain that Elegant's a dirt horse?
I actually love Elegant. I wanted desperately to put her on top. I felt long and hard about it. I think there's a very good chance she's actually on the lead in the spot. I know she has the outside post, so she.
She's fast, but what about Catch a Phrase?
I think she's faster. Elegant.
Really?
She's a turf sprint. She has turf sprint
No,
speed.
that's fair. That's very fair.
But we'll see. I mean, outside post and that
7
horse
furlongs
if that horse
today.
sends crazy, because that horse has to go. So Kendrick may have to sit off. But I really like that dirt start from her 2-back. She dueled on the front end too with an even money favorite. And I think that weakened her up a little bit. Kentucky Smoke Show is stakes placed at Oaklawn.
Oh, her race 2-back was good. I don't disagree. That's why I've got her
She's
second.
really interesting.
My problem is her other dirt races. They were awful. So I don't know exactly what to think about
But those were
her.
the first 2 starts of her career, too.
This is a very easy race for me. I'm going to bet money on Farmhouse. And if and when I lose, I don't mind because I've just done well. So it's just one of these things. It's just sometimes as a horse player, you're sort of committed. What annoys me about race number 8 is that I wish I could bet on Everyone Loves Linda in here by herself. And the day we get rid of entries and we can actually make in 2025 bet on the horses we want to bet on and not bet on horses we don't want to bet on is going to be a great day for New York racing. Every other state in the country has basically adopted it. For some reason, the rule hasn't been changed. So I think we're close. We'll show the Big Calhouna winning 2-back. This entry is going to be the biggest favorite in the card, and you've got 2 horses that could win. They could run 1-2 here.
They could. Obviously, the Big Calhouna is the toughest half of that entry. But, yeah, Everyone Loves Linda's probably the second choice in the race. Mm-hmm. This is Big Calhouna. Mm-hmm. 3 straight races where this filly has run performances
2-back
where she should be odds-on against this group.
She's in great form. I picked against them only because I just can't take this crazy short price on them, but I agree. They could very well run 1-2 in this race. And I'm not going to blame a lot of people. If you're playing this Pick 6 for relatively limited money, there's a good chance you're singling this entry and taking your best shot, right?
I mean, I don't want to say that, but
if you're playing for small money, I'm saying.
She should win. I mean, she's just
one of them is supposed to win.
She's so much better.
Everyone Loves Linda second off a layoff.
The Big Calhouna, to me, is just a massive standout in here. Dolomites won 3 in a row. She faced last time out, and that's her only loss in her last 3 starts. Any of her last 3 races destroy this field. I will say, especially after what we saw over the weekend, though.
I got to use this horse.
Princess Madison, I mean, this barn's always dangerous, but she was sensational here last summer.
Well, we'll show her win here, the 94 buyer, and obviously she hasn't really lived up to that number. And she's not a total 1-number horse because she had run a big figure before that. But you look at the race at Prairie Meadows that winner of the stake ran and got a great ride from Irad, and the rail was probably good. But still, that horse showed up. Helena's Fort. You said Forte in the show.
It is Forte.
It's Fort. This one, we can go either way. Will you at least give me that one?
I'd give up. I don't want to discuss that anymore. I don't care.
I do. Clearly, I do because of my dad.
Okay.
Because my dad would have made my.
I know there's something deeper down that's going on here.
Fort. That was one of his. He and Bayer, they're huge.
My
pet
thing
peeves.
is, even if my name is spelled Andy, and it's my name. And I say I want it to be Andy. I'm going to call you that.
I think that's very fair with Forte, the horse. Yeah. I think that's very fair. I don't disagree with that. But
I want to let connections name their horses.
These connections would only call Helena's Fort forte if they're just mispronouncing the word.
Okay.
It's a constant argument here. I just took her as the other horse here because I mean Midtown Lights is a little bit interesting going to Safi Joseph, but
Yeah.
this horse also was with Brad Cox. And where is her race that you think she's going to win this race off of? I mean, she's just interesting because she's going to Safi, right? I mean, that's
She. Yeah.
go away.
She does have some races that make her interesting, but yeah, off the layout, to me, it's just incredibly tough. With Princess Madison, what she did here last summer, she definitely is interesting to me. Outside of that, I just don't see the big Calhoun losing this race.
I agree. I mean, I just don't know if these horses are really good enough. The 1A scratch, right?
Yeah,
Which also changed the complexion of the race because she was going to be forward, and now, Caress can be the speed, but even if she goes back to her last race, how's she going to win here? And where the hell did that race come from? Race number 9 is it's either I'm either white. Well, obviously I'm not because you're with me on this, or maybe we're just. Well, no, King Puck is the horse to beat and show the last race. I think it's very fair to say that King Puck, while having the best of it being inside,
Got a great trip.
could
yeah.
never really get outside to make that run, and I think that compromised this horse. He's the horse to beat. He needs to win today, though. Isn't he getting a little tiresome?
I looked at that, and yeah, because 3 seconds, 4 starts, I really don't see it that way. The debut, I could forgive a little bit, and he was on pressure first time out. He ran very good at Saratoga last summer, and then he went to the bench in a race that obviously something went amiss. So coming back, that was a good field, wasn't it? I mean, what an inexperience. Came back and ran sensational out of there.
That's
so
fair.
I forgive that comeback as well. The race going to the bench, I forgive. I see it a little different. I don't see this as a horse racking up a lot of seconds that can't get it done.
I've got her second. I'm not, and,
Yeah.
and maybe, this is also a potential lean in the pick 6. I mean, listen, emotionally, it's very hard to have 2 singles to close it out. But these probably are the 2 better singles on this card.
Yeah,
now, I'm
they
not.
are.
That's not how I play and how I look at things. But the horse you have second obviously interested me, and I think she's interesting in here. Light Fantastic and who was the other horse in that
the
race?
6.
Asking for a Friend both kind of bumped into each other, and I just thought Light Fantastic broke a half length slow. They both really broke a little bit slow, but Light Fantastic was wider than that one. Ask for a Friend had a little bit of sort of hemmed in the stretch, but Light Fantastic strikes me as a first-time starter, took a little bit of money, might run a lot better second time out, so I took a slight shot with this horse to beat the favorite.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, she was widest of this trio throughout that race. I do like, too, that she's putting blinkers on. Maybe can break a little bit better, get a little more involved earlier on. There's a lot of upside with that horse.
And, of course, I think, you have left out the 5, who I have third route.
Yeah.
My general feeling was, the commissioner's not impossible, even though he's coming out of a cheaper race, though I don't like that field he was in. But he did run very well in that race, to be fair. I thought that the pace really fell apart in there against Luis Saez. I just wonder if these are better horses.
Yeah, it's a good point. And even with Bliss Street, who I wound up
I don't
taking
like those
fourth
at
in
all.
her, too. First time on the turf, I thought showed great speed in that spot now. It's drawn
But the pace
inside.
held together. there's the two other two speeds
but
ran 1-2.
I forgive, the horse who won that race came back and was second beat a nose in an N1X next time out, improving the buyer figure to 77. I just thought there was some upside with that horse. If this can be maybe this, I don't know, the speed of the speed, but I know this horse is quick and drawn there with Jose Lezcano. So
Isn't the Gamish the fastest horse in this race? I would think that Luis Saez is going to go with that
yeah,
horse.
that horse is going to go too.
Rails are at 27 feet on the outer. Greg, it was a pleasure, as it always is. We appreciate you watching as well. Head over to Naira Bets. Use the promo code SPA200. We'll match the $200 of your initial deposit. We have a pick 6 carryover, $102,004. Starts at race 4 of our 9-race card. We have a $10 bonus if you opt in and you bet 50 or more here and Delaware Park as well. We have a blanket giveaway on Friday. Come for that on Friday. Doesn't feel like blanket weather, but it is at night. And last but not least, 1 to 6 on FS2 today, covering all the action. Starting out with the Grade 1, AP Smithwick. Joe will be joining us. You're on late.
I am.
All right.
So we're together tomorrow?
I'm on early tomorrow. Are you on
Yeah,
early? I'm
yeah.
on early with you tomorrow,
Okay.
yes. Last week we were on together the whole week.
It was great.
They gave Lafitte a week off from me. It's in his contract that he gets at least 1 week. He doesn't have to see me. we're done. Frank Miramati is getting ready to start off week number 3, day 10 at Saratoga. An absolutely gorgeous day. Have a great one.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.